Here is my kitchen before renovations began. You can see the lino flooring, the imitation wood flooring, and then to the right hand side we have the 80cm base carcass, which is a narrow base carcass. Above that we have a 60cm wall carcass, and on the opposite side we have two short wall carcasses 80cm wide. And then here we can see the cooker is different height and there's gaps between the cooker. There's no tiles on the walls, and we can see the bowl is actually next to the cooker. And there's Louis just getting in on the action a little bit. Under the worktop we can see it's white on the edging, and I've got my old white washing machine. Right, lovely. So there's been an upside and a downside. Downside is I was 4 inches short of using one length of oak profile, which is £80 a length, so I had to buy 2 lengths. The upside is I can now do under the doorway with oak trim. So right, okay, so I'm going to cut this now. A good tip, because we like good tips. When you're cutting expensive oak, you see, we just put a little bit of cheap wood in front of it, and that stops these thin edges from splitting. Yeah, so if we put it either way down, there you go. So I've cut this edge. Now I'm going to measure across and cut that edge, so we've got 2 clean edges. Yeah, so I only over measured by this much, so I'm just taking that off square, so I'm not wasting loads, you know. Yeah, so that fits in there like so, and then all we do is we trim back this carpet underneath the front edge. So if we lift that up, we trim back the carpet to this line here, all the way across. And then I'm going to put a bit of silicone on there, a little bit of silicone on there, and a little bit on there, just to get it to grab. And then it goes in there like that. Down forever. Now, spray that on, and then hold it off the table, because you don't. If the glue goes through, then it'll stick to the table, and that's it. And just hold it lightly. Take your finger off so it doesn't stick. So like that. That's it. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to silicone the bottom of this just under where it's going against the floor, not the carpet, and then we're going to nail it with our brad nailer through the thin bits here, not through the thick bit, because it'll bend your nail. It's too much for the nails. And I'm going to nail this with 4cm brads, so just where it's going up against the board, into the corner, just a nice straight line. Bead of silicone. Okay, so here we are back at our saw, and we're going to start doing this kind of beading here, and I'll show you how to do these little mitres. You use the same technique by backing every cut up with a piece of wood. So you see, I'll show you the reason why on here is why, because when we put that is when we cut that blade down like that, there's a gap there, yeah? So we need to fill that gap, and we fill it by using a backing piece like that. And what it does is it makes the cut clean, and it won't spelsh out at the back. So,
how did you do?
very good, Logan. Don't you dare. I'm making a film. You want to be on my film? Say hello to all my YouTube fans.
Hello, YouTube fans.
They are beautiful. I think it's the cat that comes through there. I don't think it's Muggy. So we set that at 45 there, and now when we cut these little bits, we have to cut down this, but we also have to cut through the face. So mark the top there. On the face, so it cuts clean through the vinyl. And then that, we glue onto that. There. Right, so we're going to put this piece on now. We're going to use our magic glue. What's that, Louis? Sorry? What? Stop shouting. Oh, yeah, I can take them off that, can't I? Never mind. I can take my Manningham Concrete scarf off as well, can't I? That's it. So we're going to do this trim here, that finishes here, and we're going to do our little return end. So we get our little bit of glue, like that. Try not to get it on anything. And then take this little piece, a little squirty there, and then put them together. And lo and behold, make sure they're nice and flush. You only get a few seconds to play with it, so it's not instant contact, but it's almost instant contact. And that's that. So that. Then I'll go in there like that. So that finishes nicely there, like so. And here, all into the back. So here's our finished trim, going all the way down there and turning it round and going that way. And that's our finished trim. We've got all that fitting nicely to the floor. Yeah, likes to practice darts, does Louis. So we've got our finished kitchen now, and we've got a bread bin rising over here. Ready to come out. We've changed these cabinets, taken them all off the wall, and we've put them onto this side. And we fit that 60 cabinet there. The handle's on the wrong way around, obviously. You know, it's an old door, we're going to have to change that in the future. This part is much better. The cooker's even, there's no gaps down the side. This is an area now that creates really nice kitchen floor because I can do my chopping. And thank you to Judith for giving me an old sink, which I recycled after fitting her new worktops and new sink. And then we have this thing here, change. this area here. So we moved them units from that side, and instead of them going along, we put them on top of each other and create a bit more height here where we boil the kettles. And of course I'm going to have some tea and coffee things on the wall there, and I'm going to tile this the same as that, so you know it flows around a little bit better. It'll be a while, yeah. Would you like to thank anybody? I'd like to thank Logan for his starring role.
Hello, YouTube friends.
Okay, I'd just like to tell you the kind of paints I've been using on the ends here, on the skirting boards. So on the skirting boards and around here, around all the trims and edges, I've used high heat black paint. Yeah, so this is what you use on metal. So first of all, you have to prime it with a primer to make so that the paint doesn't suck into the wood. So once you've primed the wood, then you can paint it with that. And then around the trims, the oak trims that we used on the edge of our golf course and under the door, we've done with a wood dye. I've done this with ebony. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye to you. Where's my medication? I think so, don't I? So thanks very much. I hope you found it all educational, and just left to thank a few people.